everyone, welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Shorjani Chatterjee and joining me today is Snehashish Mukherjee and welcome to another post-match live. We apologize for not being there in the pre-match live, but we are back. And like Asta has mentioned in one of her comments, she does not think Birmingham Phoenix is going to make it to the finals, and that is what the case is. The Southern Brave women they have won today's match. After putting up a not so brave fielding performance. So before we talk about each and every player in details, Dhyashish, first of all, what was wrong with their fielding? I mean, the number of catches that has been dropped today, they have dropped sitters. They have won the match. Definitely, the team is very strong. But your thoughts on the fielding tonight, Snehashish?
Yes, I think very surprising, especially the kind of catches they dropped. As you mentioned, it was quite a serious kind of dolly of catches that, as a professional player, you expect them to take, and they all are quite good fielders, right? I think Maya Boucher is a good fielder, and if you see Laura Wolvert, obviously is a good fielder. Lauren Bill also has taken good catches. So, and as I mentioned, the kind of catches that were, the kind of chances that were, it was expected that they would have those, but unfortunately didn't. So it is good for them that those didn't hold them back. But excellent. I think somehow they are not willing to take easy catches. I think they are preparing for those tough chances, and they grab those. If you see Maya Boucher taking this last catch, I think that was a very tough catch, and she did that. So I think it was good that Jamie didn't did do any mistake with the catching. I think it was her. She only who took that catch. I think of I think was the batter. I think Tammy Beaumont. Yes, Tammy Beaumont catch. It was which Jemima took. But overall, I think overall a very convincing win. And if you ask me, really, I think out of these four wins, I think this is the most convincing one. I think if you see the margin and everything, I think the way as a unit they performed, especially with the ball, I think despite these fielding flaws, I think still the margin of win, shows that how convincing ultimately it was for the team.
Very true, Snehashish, and we will definitely talk about Southern Braves, and Asta has been commenting about Southern Braves as well. But Snehashish, what I wanted to ask you is that Perrin, do you see her form as a concern? We have spoken about her before as well, and today the way she scored those runs, some way or the other, at one point the equation was in the hand of Birmingham Phoenix. I mean, they were just one wicket down, and the run looked chaseable. But then, do you feel that the innings that she played today was some way or the other very slow, and it kind of backfired for the team?
See, I think still I will not criticize that much. I think Devina Perin. I think eventually she scored that 50, right, and she was looking at strong at one end. But I think we have to talk about Tammy Burman.
Oh, sorry. No, no, no. Go on, go on, go on.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
go
fine.
on.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. So I think I will not that much of criticize or that much, say that there is so many wrong things in that knock off. Devina Perin, I think she tried her best. I think the one thing that was missing, I think in her innings, I think she didn't use her feet that much. I think her footwork was not there. I think that is what I did see, and it was quite surprising for me because I expect a better footwork and a better, foot movement from a batter like Devina Payne. I think she, as I mentioned, she has already shown that in 100 level as well in the last year. So it is quite surprising the way without using her foot that much the way she has been playing. So it is something that I want to see in terms of improvement going forward. Yes, she got two lifelines, no doubt, for that for those drop chances. But still, I think she ended up scoring those runs. At least had a better strike rate. But I think really we need to talk about the form of Tammy Beaumont. I think it's high time to make a change because if you are opening the innings and you are scoring under 100 strike rate after playing 23 balls, scoring only 22 runs, if I'm not wrong, I think it's a concern thing. I know that things were not that much easy for the batters. Sophie Molyneux after the match, when talking to the broadcaster, said that when the balls get older, it is not easy for the batters to time the ball. But still, considering that you are getting to bat at the top position as an opener, you have to maximize the start that you are looking to give to the team. But the way Tammy Beaumont is batting, I think it's very difficult to understand. I think very lack of range of shots are there. Only those reverse sweeps and everything. Still, she's not being able to time the ball. She's struggling for that. So very surprising. And I think for me, if you really want to ask me that why Birmingham Phoenix lost? I think most of the reason must be Tammy Beaumont knocks because 22 or 23, and just think, Shojani, that you have some proper batting options after that opening pair, right? You have Alice Capsa at number three. You have inform Ellis Perry. See how well Ellis Perry batted. Well, for whatever ball she faced, she batted well. You have Annie Direction, one of the top power hitter in the world, and now you have someone like Fatima Sana as well in the order. So still, the time when they ultimately when they got the chances after Tammy Beaumont innings, I think it was already a huge task for them to for any batter to come out and play those big shots from ball one. So I think considering the options that they have, they should have gone for attacking shots a bit earlier, especially from Tammy Beaumont, the experienced ones. So I think in that sense, I was quite disappointed, and I think it's high time to take some decisions regarding Tammy Beaumont position.
Very true, Snehashish. But again, it's Tammy Beaumont that we're talking about. Uh, but like you've mentioned, absolutely correct. Her form is a bit concerning. But then on the other hand, even if you look at the batting order, like you mentioned in your answer, you have strong batters who can go and finish the job for you. But somewhere the other things did not click for Birmingham Phoenix today. But Snehashish, let us just move to Southern Braves for a moment because there are a lot of things to discuss about Southern Brave as well. Firstly, Astha says that Southern Brave, you guys are giving me so much confidence now. Please don't lose in the finals.
See, I think I can understand the fear because of the DC vibes, but see, I think somehow they have been doing well. So let's see whether first challenge will be whether they qualify for the finals or not, right? So let them do that first, and then we can discuss that whether they can win or lose that final.
Very true. And we've spoken about the dropped catches, but she's saying that it's incredible that they keep
Yeah,
winning despite all the
yeah, no
dropped
doubt.
catches. But their fielding definitely needs to improve. Very true. Okay. I really love how the English commentators hype up Jemmy's fielding and give her the credit she deserves.
See, I don't know about the hype up and all thing, but yes, I think English commentators, especially now Ravi Shastri being there, I think I also hearing the commentary. I think Ravi Shastri was that time on commentary box when
Yes, yes,
Jemima took
he
that
was.
catch, and yes, so I think he only told that that how quick and how energetic she is, Jemima is, and how good fielder she is. So it's good that Indian commentators are also there, and definitely more than any English commentator, Indian commentator will be known, will know the Indian players more, right? So I think it's good that they are getting their credit. And see, there is no doubt you don't need to hype up a fielder like Jemima Rodriguez. Jemima Rodriguez is just genuine top of field. So I think she is doing good. Again, I think good knock with the bat. I was very happy with the knock because without those important 26, 28 runs, I think Southern Wave couldn't have reached that 140 run mark. It was a great start from them, both Archer and Lizzie, but in the middle they lost the plot. They were struggling. At one stage, it seemed like they will end up around 150, 160, maybe 170 if they continue. But then maybe in the middle phase, they lost the plot, and that time I thought maybe 120, 125. Those extra 10, 15 runs, like it was Zemiman's knock that helped them.
Very true. And the next question that I was about to ask you was about Jemima. But since you've answered it, Jemima, in the beginning of the season, we were kind of a little hesitant
Mm,
with the kind of form that she was carrying in. We all called her inconsistent, and she had this desperation out there on the crease. But I think with time she has settled, and she looks a lot more confident. Even today's knock, like you mentioned, Snehashish, and you were correct
mm,
that it helped to add the extra runs. But Lizelle Lee and Maya Busher, the openers, the kind of partnership that they had today. And Lizelle Lee, by the way, has been announced as the player of the match. Just let me
mm.
just cross check once again. Yes, she's the
Yes,
player of the
yes.
match. So the point is, how important was that partnership, Snehashish? Because both of them went out there and then they scored those runs.
See, I think I understood the importance of the partnership after hearing from Sophie Molyneux that when the ball is getting old, it is very tough for the batters to score the runs, and that is where you can understand that how important that the opening partnership was. I think the way when the ball was new, hard. the way Maya Boucher and Lizzie batted, took the opposition and scored quickly. I think that helped them to set the momentum. That helped to set the foundation. I think Lizzie that she's known for that, right? And she is known for to go out there, maximize the power play overs, and try to score as many runs as possible quickly. So I think she did that. I think she was good in executing her role, and I think more than Lizzie because we all kind of expected this kind of a role from Lizzie, right? But the way Maya Boucher played today, I think the strike rate, if you see the strike rate, if you see the approach, and some shots down the ground, but on the up, I think especially against Fatima Sana, the way she took her down, it was brilliant, and I was quite impressed with that. So brilliant partnership, brilliant start, and I think in the shortest format, you always know that when your openers give you the proper start, it's always easy for the following batters to take some times and then do the job. So I think this is what Southern Brave did. And see, if you see the batting approach and batting difference between two teams, Birmingham Phoenix and Southern Brave, you can really go to the scorecard and just see the strike rate. The strike rate of Southern Brave batters who scored, see the strike rate of Maya Boucher, see the strike rate of Lizzie Lee, Jemima Rodriguez, and then see the strike rate of someone like Devin Perrin. Still, I am saying Devin Perrin did try her best, but see the other batters, like Tammy Beaumont and others. So I think that is the basic difference. The approach it was quite missing, and it's quite disappointing and very surprising to see the approach because as I mentioned, they have quality batters down the order. The middle order that they have it's quite good on paper, though. So why not you take chances a little bit earlier? When you know that you have top quality batters and power hitters down the order. So I think that is where they need to work a little more.
True, Snehashish. Also, now that you've mentioned Sophie Molyneux in your answers, uh, how crucial is she as the captain? Because we've spoken about her, in multiple lives. We've continuously discussed about her. Today, with the bat, did not get much of an opportunity when she came into bat. I mean, there were very few balls left. But then, with the ball again going in and taking those wickets, how impactful is she in the whole game? And how impactful is she as a captain for the team?
Oh, I think as a captain, she has been brilliant, no doubt about that. I think she is now going with that, Midas touch. Everything she is touching now, it's turning into gold. I think the World Cup is done, and now 4 games, 4 wins. I think she has been fantastic. And as you mentioned, and if you really see Shojani, I think today the balls, I think she was quite a little bit expensive. I think the last 5 balls again she was brilliant. She bowled that penultimate phase 85 to 90 again. Sorry, I think 90 to 95. Yes, because the last 5 balls were bowled by Lord and Bell. So 90 to 95 she bowled, and again she was brilliant. 2 wickets, excellent. And see, eventually she ended up I think around giving what 24 of 20 balls, 2 wickets. So superb job, well done as a bowler. So again as a bowler she did the job. With the ball she got very limited chances. So that is not, and because her primary role is to take wickets as a bowler. She is a bowling all rounder. She is not a batting all rounder. It's always good when she's scoring runs because that's an added bonus for the team, and also added confidence for her as a captain as well that I am contributing from the front. But as a bowler, her primary role, she did that again. Another day, another good performance with the ball. 24 runs, 20 balls, 2 wickets. And as a captain, again, I think again she was good. Yes, I think she must be a little bit worried saying the fielding efforts. But still, the way the team is going, she must be very happy. And one thing that I think, if you really go through the all, post-match conversations, post-match discussion that all these players having with the broadcaster after winning the player of the matches, I have heard Jemima saying both times. Today also I heard, Lizzie saying the same thing. The calmness factor. I think that is one thing somehow leader Sophie Molyneux has managed to brought in this team. Remain calm despite the situation being tricky. I think Jemima mentioned that both days that the main key for this team right now for success is to remaining calm up, under tough situation as well. That is working for them. And today, Lizzie also mentioned that when you have a captain like Sophie Molyneux, she's very calm and composed under pressure, and that is quite helpful for us as a team. So I think this is something good thing. I think I have noticed that everyone is mentioning, and that is something maybe working for the team as of now. So excellent for Sophie Molyneux, 4 wins out of 4 games. Hopefully, she can continue.
Snehashish, I'm going to put you under the bus right now. Okay. I'll just throw you under the bus. I'll not put you,
Okay,
I'll throw you. Over here, Bhavya
okay,
is saying that
okay.
very. Okay. So Perry as a player is good, but as a captain, not good. Captaincy is questionable last year. They ended at bottom three.
Mm.
Now this year, even though having such strong team, being not able to capitalize.
Mm.
So my question to you is, based on this comment, do you choose someone like a Sophie Molyneux as your captain, or someone like a Perry as your captain?
Sophie Molyneux, no doubt about that. I think that is why maybe Cricket Australia also did the same. Cricket Australia understood that as well. See, I think with Ellis Perry, I also kind of find it very surprising the way she captained it. I think there was lack of planning, plan B, plan C, because when things are not going well, especially when someone like Liz Lee and Maya Boucher were batting, I think she didn't look that much of proactive in terms of looking to break that, to have that breakthrough, to have to break that partnership. So I think as a when it comes to captaincy, I think Perry is not looking that good. I completely agree to this comment. So yeah, I think. But as Shojani asked me that, obviously, I think considering the way Sophie Molina has been captaining, see there were doubts, no doubt about that. And I also talked with someone like Simon Helmut. Simon Helmut, who was the former Melbourne Renegades women's coach who worked with Sophie Molyneux, and 2024 they both won the WBL title for Melbourne Renegades. So I talked with him, as a former coach, he also mentioned that thing that Sophie Molyneux is someone who reads the game very well. She's a very good game reader, and she always looked the game from 360 degree lens. And she's a very caring captain. She always thinks about her teammates. She always take care of them, and very good bonding with her teammates as well. So somewhere I also kind of finding this very evident now that the players are enjoying under playing someone like Sophie Molyneux. But for Perry, I think she is lacking the plan B, plan C thing. I think again she didn't look that much proactive when the partnership was growing between Maya Boucher and Lizel Lee. So I think in that sense, I think she could have done a bit more. Yes, bringing Alice Kepsi was a good move. I think she could have done that a little bit more earlier. But again, when things were looking a little bit in control of them, when when Southern Brave lost that momentum in the middle phase with the bat, that time Perry needed to do something to restrict them around 120, 1 5. But again, they lost the momentum. They lost the momentum, and they let Southern Brave to score those runs and reach 140 run. Like eventually, see, I think those 20, 25 runs eventually became the huge difference when it comes to the result of this game. So I think as a captain, Perry needs to work. I think yes, she is a goat, no doubt about that. One of the legends of the game, the way she has played. But it doesn't mean that you are a top cricketer. You are doing so much well for your country, for your any team in franchise cricket as well. That doesn't mean that you will be a good captain. I think there are so many experience around men's and women's cricket as well. So yeah, for me, Perry is not looking that good as captain as of now.
Snehashish, one more question. Ashley Gardner or
Mm.
Perry?
Ashley Gardner or Perry? I think Ashley Gardner a little bit more proactive than Perry, I will say.
Is there an issue with Snehashish's internet, or am I just frozen? I think there's an issue with his internet. But anyway, we'll keep the conversation growing. Okay, so Srishti over here is saying peak RCB women in Southern Brave
Okay,
make
I'm
on
back.
Jite. Oh, now he's back. Okay, so I was taking this comment
Yes,
because I was just a little confused whether it was, whether something was wrong with my internet or were you frozen. So I was a little confused. So I
yes,
took a 1 minute pause over there, contemplating what was actually happening. But over here, peak
yeah.
RCB women and Southern Brave में कौन जीतेगा पता नहीं मगर DC will choke again.
डीसी को क्यों तोड़ा?
Okay, Sneha, now that we're talking about the bowling attack, right? See, you have Sophie Molyneux, but apart from that, you have Lauren Bell, you have Izzy Wong, you have Coleman, and you have Sarah Glenn. All these bowlers, they worked so well, and the kind of unity that they had today. I mean, each and
Mm.
every one of the bowlers, they went out there and complimented each other. Your thoughts on the bowling attack?
I think excellent, and the main word is there, that unity. I think as a unit they have been brilliant. See, for someone like a young player like Martin Coleman, see the way she has been bowling. She has been given that responsibility, and she has been delivering. So I think excellent to see that. Sarah Glenn, enough experience and she is doing well. If you see, before the last game, there were some questions regarding Sarah Gillen's form. But I think last game and this game as well, I think she looked good. And Sophie Molino is doing her job as well. And Lauren Bell, I think we don't need to discuss much more. I think with the new ball, she can do a little bit more, I think. But overall, I think if you see, especially in the death overs, I think he has been brilliant. Brilliant. I think the slower ball, the variation have been superb. So as a unit, they are superb. The options they have and the way the captain Sophie Molino managed to use them also, I think that has also worked in favor of them. So I think they have been brilliant.
True, Snehashish. But then, like, let us just shift our focus to Birmingham Phoenix. Also, to all the viewers out there, I had predicted that Birmingham Phoenix would reach the finals. Turns out they are the first team to get eliminated. I mean, the equation is now very difficult. They are not eliminated per
Very
se, but the
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
the equation is very difficult for them. But Fatima Sana, we all were excited to see her back, but then the kind of performance that we saw from her was it was disappointing today, Snehashi. Your thoughts?
Yes, first outing of the tournament is a huge occasion for herself. I think to get an opportunity to play in the 100. So it's a great opportunity for her. So fast outing, I will not talk about that much. I think obviously it was not good. The way she considered those runs and she didn't look to change something that okay, this thing is not working for me, so let's me try this thing or that thing. So didn't should she also let that plan B or plan C? So yes, first day she didn't look good at all, especially with the ball. With the bat, she didn't get that much opportunity, because it was too late to do something. So I think let's see how she can come back well in the upcoming 1 or 2 games, and then we can discuss regarding the form of Fatima Sana. But overall, it was poor outing. It was not a memorable, but I think that for some like Fatima Sana, for a country like Pakistan, Pakistan women, any team, it's a good opportunity that players are getting chances. Fatima Sana, I think now playing this tournament. And yesterday I saw maybe the Canada Super 60. There's a tournament name like this, and there also she is getting chances. So it's good for the Pakistan home team. I think many more girls, upcoming girls, will be from the skipper. But let's see how she does. I think she has the capability of doing well, no doubt about that. But I think she joined maybe 1 or 2 days back, and after joining 1 or 2 days back, playing a game straight away, and that too, it's all now as a marching class for the team. The way the team has started. So it was tough overall as well, and obviously it was not a good outing for her. But I am quite hopeful that she can do well. So let's see how she does in the coming games.
Yes, Niyashish. And last question to you before we take the comments. This is regarding Southern Wave once again. I'm jumping to the winning team. I mean, Laura Wolfart. We know what kind of a player she is. And we've had multiple discussions, and I think this, the phase that she's going through is temporary. However, your thoughts on the innings that she's playing and your thoughts on the kind of form that she has been carrying, because to be very honest, Ashish, this is not the Laura Wolfart we are usually used to used to
Yes,
you know you understand what I'm
yes,
trying to say, right? Yeah.
yes. She is not known for. Yes, she is not known for this kind of scores. And yes, she is struggling, no doubt about that. And I think again, I think when she is coming out to bat, the pitch might be a little bit slow. She is not getting those timings right. Something is happening that we cannot understand sitting here. But something is wrong. Definitely something is wrong there. I think Laura Wilbert has that capability, has that quality enough to understand that and work on that and come back strongly. Hopefully, by the end of the tournament, you never know that she might make a comeback as well. So let's see. Even if I think she played few good shots, but again, playing against the turn against Alanaki, I think it was a good ball turn sharply and it was a good stumping as well. So yeah, I think something not going well for Laurel, but as you mentioned, it's very surprising to see for such a long time she is not being able to score runs from the World Cup and now all these 4 games. If you see only one game she looked good in the first game, but otherwise she has struggled. So it's quite surprising. But let's see. But let's see how they do. But how she does going forward. But overall, it's very surprising, no doubt about that.
Very true. And a lot of comments. We'll just take the comments before we wrap up our show. Okay. So, Gish, once again, I'm very sorry. I really can't
Yeah, yeah,
pronounce her
Geese.
name. I don't know why. I have so much trouble pronouncing it. But Southern Brave are giving DC vibe. Ah, Hope they don't choke on final because even DC is the most consistent team in WPL, but they don't win.
Okay,
Okay.
let them qualify for the final first, and then we can decide.
Okay. So Perry was never given captaincy responsibility by Australia because they know that she's incapable of it. Or think Australia figures out the leaders very unlike India. Uh, can you
Yeah,
think of the
I
captaincy?
think just talking. Yeah, just I think talking about the approach. I think it's quite difficult for any board to to have so many options. That obviously, I think if I were in that Australian cricket board, so I have options like Ellis Perry, who has done so good things for the country. Someone like Sophie Molyneux, who is experienced, but she has those that time she had those fitness issues as well. Let's take that. She is your vice captain. She's doing well. She has been so. I think those are the basic options for Australia. But still, somewhere they understood that Sophie Molyneux is the better option. I think they see the external factor as well, how good she has that bonding with others, or maybe the players, how good they chill with someone like Sophie Molyneux compared to Elise Perry and maybe someone like Ashley Gardner. So all these factors. See, I think obviously you have to give credit to Cricket Australia, no doubt about that. I think, as I mentioned in that recent interview, what I did with Simon Helmut, he also mentioned that you have to give credit to Cricket Australia to understand and to identify the captaincy of Sophie Molyneux, and still going with Sophie Molyneux despite those injury concerns. See, ultimately, despite those questions earlier, right now they are getting all the praises, right? As we are discussing right now, that they identified the right captain. So excellent. See, I think unlike India or something, see, I think with India, this has been the approach has always that the best performer of a particular moment gets the captaincy baton. So see, I think every top player got the captaincy. So
Snehashish, you
back
yeah, you're back. You're back.
and so, so so I think in India, I think it's always been the top performers get the captaincy baton. So I think that is why you see the names, you can understand that. So let's see going forward we can see any defense approach or not. But for Australia, I think you have to give credit to Cricket Australia. The way they identified the captaincy traits of Sukhmanu compared to other options like having someone like Ellis Perry and others, I think kudos to them.
Molyneux should lead DC in WPL because she will lead them to the first title. Like she will, like she will break the curse. Let us just keep our faith in Jemima. Let us keep our
Ah,
faith in Jemima for a few more
yes,
seasons.
yes, yes. If you really want Sophie Molu at DC, just take her as a player, and she can contribute, as, in the leadership group. No doubt about it. She can definitely help Jemima in that sense. So I think even by that role also, she can help DC to win the maiden title.
Very true. So you'll have Laura, you'll have Molyneux, and you'll have Jemima. So these three
And
players, right?
Leslie also, even Leslie also there.
Yes, Giselli also. Yes. So I think that will be a really good grooming process for Jemima. Um,
Yes, yeah.
Hurleen, they all की बढ़िया कैप्टन है मगर उसको बनाना मत स्नेहाशीष.
I think ये थोड़ा sarcasm है तो ठीक है. So point noted.
She also broke the curse for RCB. She should do it for DC. Let us see. Let us see. Let us just keep faith in Jemima for the time being.
Yeah, for RCB as a player, she did that. So for DC, also let her do the job as a player, not as captain.
Hope RCB buys Sophie Molyneux next year because we'll have to drop Perry to Sally next year because Sally came in as replacement. So if we drop Very, but we can buy Sophie. Okay. So basically, they're
Ooh,
trying to say that instead of Perry, you have Sophie Molyneux in your team.
no, no, I'm not saying that going to happen with RCB. I'm not saying that going to happen with RCB. I think Sophie Molyneux will not replace someone like Ellis Perry in RCB colors, no doubt. I think see the impact Ellis Perry has had so far for RCB throughout all these years in WPL. I think she has been brilliant batting at number 3 or number 4. So yeah, I know that why you are saying that because Ali Sadgare came in as a replacement of Ellis Perry, so you have to kind of you will have the problem to retain her, right? So you cannot retain her maybe Silas Sadgare if Ellis Perez is coming back, and that is the high chance that she will be playing the WPL next year. So, but I am not saying Sophie Molyneux replacing Sophie Molyneux. Alia played for RCB. But I am not seeing a return of Sophie Molino as of now when it comes to the combination that RCB already have. I think they have a very settled squad, so let's see how they do. But if you really want me to comment, I'm Sophie Molino in DC colors, I would love to say this
But as a player, mentioning it once again,
as a
as a
player.
player, we would love to see her in
Yes.
the colors. Okay. Hi Bhaiya, do you think that Jemmy playing beautifully in Southern Brave is because of the freedom given by captain and having a role clarity and almost
Almost
important
important.
fixed position? Fixed.
Absolutely, I completely
So
agree with the Anjali's observation. I think first of all, the consistency regarding the batting position. Whatever the situation, whatever it is, Jemima will go out to bat at number four. I think that is one thing, and she knows her role. She knows that I have to go out there score those quick runs. See, in the first game she struggled playing. While looking to score those quick runs, she got out early. In the second game, she looked a little bit cautious, but scored those important runs. Got the player of the match. See the confidence that she got in that game. See the confidence in the next game onwards. She came out, started to play her shots from ball one, important runs, some 30s, what was enough to get another player of the match. How impactful that was, you can understand from that. Even to, as we're discussing, important 28 runs that helped the team to score those extra 10, 15 runs, and eventually that would be pivotal when it comes to the match results. So, yes, role clarity. Jemima knows what is her role, Jemima knows what the team management wants from her, and I kind of believe that the team management also have that communication that whether are failing while looking for those shots early. We are not going to off you, or we're not going to thinking about others. You are going to get the all games. Doesn't matter. This is the role we want you to play in a certain manner. Go out there, play in a certain manner. Whether you get failed or scoring none doesn't matter. We will back you. So I think that should be the communication. That should be the role clarification. Every team needs to give to every player, not only Jim. I'm talking about every player. I think that helps any player to do well. Consider be it a bowler, be it a batter. So I think good observation, Anjali. I think role clarity, important fixed position at number four. Obviously, the freedom that she has been given. I think it all, all these. I think as of now is working for Jemima. And see, 4 games in 3 games she played crucial. She made two, 3 crucial contribution already. So huge impact so far in all these four. All these 3 out of 4 wins, I will say for Southern Bay.
true, and I think the comment section has gone into a conversation regarding RCB, DC, and the whole WPL setup. I think we will talk about that once the WPL begins because right now our focus is on the 100. Okay. Last few comments before we close the show. Jemmy's fielding is amazing, true.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Bhavna says it will be challenging to Molineux because she needs to face top 4 teams: Manchester, Trent Rockets, London Spirit, and Welsh Fire.
Yes, I kind of agree. I think that will be a different kind of a challenge for the team. That will be a different kind of a challenge of the team. And one thing that you have to see also that Southern Wave has been playing in home conditions. I think that is good thing that as a team you have somehow mastered the home condition, you're winning all the games. So it is good for them. But now the real challenge might come up, and that is where the next step as a skipper, the challenge will be for someone like Sophie Molino, and as a unit as well. So let's see how she does, how the team do. But still, you had the chance and you grabbed those chances, right? You had the chance to have a good start by playing those early games in home conditions, and you did that. So yeah, I think overall, I think 3 of the 4 games I think was in home conditions, if I'm not wrong. So I think overall there was an opportunity. They grabbed that opportunity. Now they're sitting at the top of the table comfortably. So now the real challenge might appear, playing those top teams. But the way this team has been going, the confidence and the momentum that they have, I think they will fancy now facing the top teams rather than facing earlier in the tournament.
Okay. Last few comments before we close the show, but let me just tell you, it's hilarious. The comment section at this point is hilarious. Okay, so there's this one comment which is saying most South African players, apart from Cap, don't have good stats in England. Like their stats in England are
Mm,
horrible, if not the worst. I was actually shocked looking at it. That is why South Africa has a poor record in England.
mm,
Nice observation.
mm. Yes, Bhanumati Bandhu. I also came across this stat first time during the World Cup. that in England, South Africa women doesn't have a good stat. And I kind of agree with that. And mainly, with Cap again, with the ball, I think she has been doing well. She has a good numbers. But apart from that, especially the batters, I think all batters have struggled there and there, despite being it Laura Ulbert and others as well. So I think maybe, as a unit, they have struggled. So that is why the numbers are not showing that good for South Africa. So I kind of agree to that maybe that is why South Africa have struggled kind of in England so far.
Last comment. When will Trishadi come? Very soon. Very soon.
Very, very soon. I think it will be difficult, obviously, in the upcoming next 2 3 days. But yes, I think the communal game, what, or maybe 3 4 days, maybe maximum. I think after that she will come, no doubt about.
Okay, so on that note, we are closing today's post match show, but we will be back tomorrow for the pre match and the post match show. And we
Yeah.
apologize for not being there on today's pre match show, but we'll be back tomorrow. So please keep an eye on Rev Sports. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.